Welcome to Retirement Ramblings. I'm Scott, and today is day 346 of my countdown to retirement. So today, January 20th, 2025, was the day that Donald Trump took office as the 47th President of the United States from Joe Biden. And so for me, today was all about the inauguration. And as a project manager, I take usually pretty detailed notes. So I watched, portions of the lead up to the inauguration. I watched the inauguration itself, and then obviously the speech following the inauguration. And I took a bunch of notes from the speech, which basically I'm going to cover on today's video, so that I have, a summary for my own posterity. And so apologies in advance that I'll be looking down at some of the notes that I took so that I can accurately reflect what Donald Trump's speech was today. But I definitely appreciated the way he ended the speech. In fact, I thought that it could have been written by Andrew Ross Sorkin, for like The West Wing or, The American President or some other, speechwriter that of a similar quality. So I liked the ending, but I wanted to make sure that I could capture the specific points that Trump made through his speech versus what sound bites you might hear through the media, regardless of the channel that you were watching, during and after and in the coming days. And so I'm just going to start with, again, kind of reading from my notes to make sure that I accurately reflect what the speech indicated. So Trump started by saying that the golden age of America begins right now, that our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed, our safety will be restored, the scales of justice will be rebalanced, the vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department of our government will end. Our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. On January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. And then he went on to talk about a series of executive orders that he plans on issuing. He indicated he will declare a national emergency at the southern border. All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions of criminal aliens back to the places from where they came. He will reinstate his his remain in Mexico policy. He will end the practice of catch and release. He will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. He will designate the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. He will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to use the power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks. He will direct members of his cabinet to use their powers to defeat inflation and bring down costs and prices. He will declare a national energy emergency, and then the following were the subtext of that emergency. 1, we're going to drill, baby, drill. 2, we're going to fill our strategic reserves to the top. 3, we're going to export American energy all over the world. 4, we're going to end the Green New Deal. And 5, we're going to revoke the electric vehicle mandate. That seemed to indicate for him that we would see a renaissance in American manufacturing, specifically in the auto industry, kind of as support for the auto workers of America that voted for him. He then indicated we're going to overhaul the trade system, and he's going to create an external revenue service and established the Department of Government Efficiency. He then indicated he would immediately stop all government censorship and return freedom of speech. He would end the government policy of social engineering race and gender into every aspect of public life. He would forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. He then indicated that the official policy of the United States government is that there will be only two genders, male and female. He will reinstate service members that were expelled from the military for objecting to the COVID vaccine, and he will give them full back pay. He will stop the military from being subjected to radical political theory and social experiments while on duty. He will change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and he will restore the name of William McKinley to Mount McKinley from Mount Denali, which was renamed under the Obama administration. That was something I didn't know. I had to look that up. He plans to take back the Panama Canal because he stated that Panama broke our treaty and that China is actually running the canal, which is a clear violation of the treaty. We gave it to Panama, not to China. And then he went on to state that, he would like to see an American astronaut plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars, at which point in the ceremony, they faded over to Elon Musk, who gave him a double thumbs up as he was leaning back, standing next to Barron Trump. And then he indicated that he hoped that his legacy at the end of his second term will be one of peacemaker and unifier. And then he went on, and this is the portion that, I greatly appreciated. And again, thought it could have been written from an Aaron Sorkin or some other screenwriter, to describe America. And that was that ambition is the lifeblood of a great nation. And Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through the rugged land of untamed wilderness, crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there's nothing that we cannot do and no dream that we cannot achieve. In America, the impossible is what we do best. So, as I indicated, I really appreciated the ending. I then, subsequently following the speech, I watched some other aspects and then, saw him sign a few executive orders this evening, and I'm expecting that over the next few days in the newspapers and on television, we will get a list of all the various executive actions that he took, unwinding a variety of policies that occurred under the Biden administration or potentially even previous to that under the Obama administration. And then, we'll see what goes from there. But I do expect there to be lots of volatility that happens in the stock market over the next several days as all these different policies get rolled out. So anyway, pretty much that's all I did today. I mean, I did do some stuff like, looked at my Bolden numbers and, checked emails and responded to a couple of other items. But since it was MLK Day, I was off. And other than having to deal with an emergency at work this morning, my whole day was pretty much focused on the inauguration from the time I got up until now. So that's kind of where I am. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. or drop me an email at myretirementramblings@gmail.com. Otherwise, I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Take care.